Hello, we are back with something different to our regularly scheduled programming. I decided it's finally time I open these bad boys up. They've been sitting in the cupboard for a good few years now. We picked them up from Home Bargains. I think they were £5 each initially. I think I only picked up Jericho. I was like, the others are alright. I just really like, top-notch Jericho. When I got back, I was like, oh, there appears to be a Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure. So we went back down, managed to pick up, I think it was Rusev and Taker. And we had a little bit of trouble finding Neville. I was like, okay. But we got lucky, went down a few days later when doing a regular shopping and we found him, so hooray! So, without further ado, let's bust these open. I think we're going to start with Undertaker first. So, it is the WrestleMania 22 Undertaker. So let's bust him out. You know what, I can't remember who he fought at 22. Part of me wants to say Shawn Michaels, but part of me thinks I'm really, really bloody wrong. These are all obviously the basics, but for a £5 I'm not going to complain. So as usual, great build quality, all solid. Not blowing the world away with the joints, but what do you expect? It's a basic, it's fine. No torso crunch, no just basic cut joint on the hips. Single knee, but you can do a lot with that, that's fine. Oop, what was going to break there. So the usual, but yeah. Good solid sculpt, nothing too detailed, but you're looking to think, yeah, you know what, that's Taker, that'll do the job. But of course, the most exciting bit to me is, that they don't stand up, that's obviously really exciting. So I'll go with what the other 3 Undertaker figures I got out at the moment. There are more in a box somewhere. So let's get Paul Bearer's legs on the go. But the fun thing with this is, if you look at it, it is very much elite style with those hip joints. They go out. One's a little more flexible than the other. You got the double jointed knees. Look at that, thigh swivel. Oof, we are spoiled. So for 20 quid you get 4 basics and an elite figure. None of these guys are active in WWE anymore. Taker's obviously gone. Although, mind you, looking at this, Paul Bearer is going to be huge unless you got a tiny torso. I mean, it's going to be coming up quite a bit to Taker, but we'll see how it builds. So let's pop Taker to the side again. Let's go with Neville, or aka Pac, who's looking obviously quite a bit different in his WWE guys here. See if we can get him to focus nice. But it's from WrestleMania 30. He's not quite the bastard yet. What have we got? We got arms and hands, so Paul Bearer's going to be left hanging. Let's get good old Neville out. So he's in his lovely purple attire here. Looking very, I guess he'd say his face at the moment, if he's wearing purple like that. Again, standard basic joints, although he does have some boot swivel. Maybe Taker has some. Let's check that out a minute. Taker have any boot swivel? He does, so that does make it a bit easier with a bit of boot swivel. Is he going to stay? He's going to stay. Yeah, nothing too exciting to report home. All your standard stuff. You look at it and go, yeah, you know what? That's Neville, so it's okay. Let's pop him there with Taker, but obviously, you can actually see there's a nice size comparison. Yeah, just a single elbow joint, but it does have, wrist swivel. Got a little joint there. So we should be good. And obviously the same on the left arm. Let's pop them there. And let's go for Rusev next. Now going by Miro in AEW. Yeah, you got long hair. Got his Bulgaria tattoo, what does it say on that?
I think that I shall never see. My cataracts are blinding me.
But yeah, all your standard. We got little swivels there. I quite like that they do have the little swivels at least somewhere on their legs. It makes it a bit easier to stand up. But that works pretty clear. Got a few little marks there, but we can't complain too much. It happens. And again, you look at it, you think, yeah, you got a fair idea that's going to be Rusev. So we'll pop them just there. Let's start lining these guys up. Pop Rusev in between, but we'll put him just slightly off. And of course he has bare feet, as he was going with. Right, but we are on to the torso of a certain Percy Pringle. So it's hollowed out there, obviously to fit everything in. Got your neck swivel, and I believe it feels like there's very much a... I think it all might be one piece, which makes sense, because you're not really worried about that. What we'll do is we'll put it together at the end. Once we've opened a certain Christopher, a Jericho. So it's from Unforgiven. And what really caught me about it is Top Knot Jericho. That's what we want. That is my jam, Top Knot Jericho. Again, this one comes with the head and also the urn. Oh wow, look, I'm just looking at those tights as I'm taking it out. That's looking quite good there. Yeah, I am digging this Jericho. This is pre-tattoos Jericho. You know, you got the standard, you know, wrist swivel and all that. We dig. And obviously it's got, you know, waist joint. That's obviously there. But look at those tights. I quite like those are pretty clean, pretty tight. We dig it, not nice and colourful. You know, a little bit of blue showing through on the, well, I guess the black showing through on the yellow paint. But we can't really argue. I've got Jericho on his boots there. It's all nice and tidy there. Again, usual joints, nothing special. They are basics after all. And the main reason we got this was for Paul Bearer. Let's pop in with the rest. I think he's... No, I'm not sure who's taller. Well, I think the top, not edge, is it? No, I think... Yeah, we'll have to give it to Rusev, I think. If he stands up tidy, is Rusev who is taller. So we'll pop him in just between Rusev and Neville. Yeah, nothing too exciting now. Of course, what we're waiting for is Paul Bearer. We've got his head and an urn as well. I mean, it's cool as sin that you get the urn. Sometimes it is just a little accessories that'll do it for you. We've got the urn there. It's very, very basic. You know, you can see him there. Basic urn, nothing fancy. But then again, you wouldn't expect anything fancy. And the other thing is, oh, look at that head sculpt. I'm digging that. Not sure if it's catching it. Is he coming into focus? But yeah, I hope you can see that. You know, you can see the bags around his eyes, which is what you'd want from there. You know, they've gone for a very, you know, basically his face isn't pale and white as it sometimes appears. But, you know, it's okay. It wasn't always like that. So what we're going to do, I think, we're going to pop the arms on first. Let's make sure we get them in the right way. That is a left arm. So let's make sure all the joints work as well. Last thing we want to do is end up breaking a joint. But yeah, that'll go in. Waiting for it to hear a nice pop, I think. Or does it? Will it pop? I don't know. I think it just goes in. No real popping sound. Bit disappointed by that. You know, do like a nice pop when the joints go in. It feels satisfying. No, it just generally goes in. Of course, if we can move the joints in, it means we know it's in. Yeah, that's no problem there. Let's spin that one round. Yeah. So we're getting close. You know, we've got a closed fist and an open one, so you could put a mic or something in there. Nothing to hold. You can't really hold the urn because, you know, there's nothing to hold on to. Let's pop his torso in. Oh, that was a satisfying click. That's what we wanted. He's currently headless, but let's rectify that. Oh, lovely. Oh, we are digging that. Look at that. We got what is essentially an elite Paul Bearer there. Oh, let's take him away from the camera. That's how it works. Really get a sense of that. I mean, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. If we could get him holding the urn, that would be even better. But that's a cracking Paul Bearer. And I think the other thing is, if you're that way inclined, you could always get all the bits sans the head and just use him as a custom. You know, it's a black suit, you know, white shirt, red tie. You can always paint the tie over if that's the sort of thing you need. But imagine if you're well into your customs, you could probably use it as a sensible base for maybe a Paul Heyman. Get yourself an elite Paul Heyman. I think there's been a Build-A-Figure Paul Heyman. But yeah, as you can see, you know, got good range of movement. It's got the cut joints on the thighs as well. And your feet will move individually, so you don't have to worry about the cut joints if you don't want to. So, I think the last thing to do is to get him to kind of somehow... Well, we place the urn on the floor. If we get light coming out of that, would be baller as sin. Then let's get Taker, because he got his nice open palm. You can see there. Let's see if we can get Taker kneeling in front of the urn with Paul Bearer. I think, you know, you can see what we're going for. We got the urn. Oh, yes. You know, I think it'd be pretty wrong if I didn't do a really bad Paul Bearer impression, wouldn't it now? That's what you've all been waiting for. That's what you've all been waiting for. But yeah, with the basics, you're not going to be getting much bending action for the urn. Turns out we really didn't need to worry too much about Paul Bearer being too big. I mean, he's just a shade taller than Neville, so a bit bigger than you'd like. But as an elite, they always seem to be bigger anyway, so you deal with it. Yeah, we finally got everybody to stand up. It didn't take much. You know, they're not in any fancy poses, but it just gives you a nice idea, I hope, of what you're getting with this series. So if you can pick them up cheap, I would definitely recommend it. If anything, just for the Paul Bearer. So we should have some more figure reviews coming up. You know, we do stuff on Twitch where we stream, mainly Pokemon, bit of Ultra Street Fighter, so check that out. And obviously, you can see on the channel we got more views, so you know what to do if you want to watch more and be notified when it comes up. You clever people, go do it. So until next time, see ya.